Tiger Trades. Just going to go over Palantir here, which as you can see, I've been trading a lot, and I've always called it a gap filling machine. So there's lots of gaps here that it's successfully filled, and some that are unfilled, which they might remain unfilled at this point because like there's, for instance, this one right here down, which would fill at 786. Highly doubt we get down there. So we did get that retrace to 1514, which was my call out the other day, and I got a big pop and kind of got lucky with the whole defense contract thing. But I'm under the assumption that this is a sell the news event. If the government is close to shutting down, mind you, they might have a bill here in a second. But the problems surrounding the globe and the economy and equities is still there. I looked at a chart a chart or whatever graph thing the other day, and I think out of 26 countries, 20 of them have rates rising. That's the current direction of them, and only 6 are dropping. So as sovereign debt rises and interest rates stay higher for longer, servicing debt becomes very expensive. CarMax just showed signs of a slowdown because auto loans are more expensive now. You're probably going to see a lot of this across the whole economy. So I had to hide a bunch of drawings because it was giving me an aneurysm. But this is something I just noticed about 5 minutes ago. Massive head and shoulders, not inverse. Massive head and shoulders right here on Palantir. So if it breaks this, let's see, 1370-ish level, you're probably gonna see it revisit this peak right here, 1018, or come close to it, which would bring it near this gap, which then could be scary if we go from recession to depression. But basically, I'm saying that this baby gap is now gonna fill again, but the other way, because I got my fill this way. Got real lucky with that defense contract, but like I've been saying, I think it's a sell the news event, since the country they got it from is damn near out of money. With oil going to $100 a barrel, it's trading at about 92.88 right now, and gold kind of getting a bid here from China. Just kind of, there's talk of it potentially becoming the reserve over the dollar, which would be very bad news. You're just gonna kind of you got to be careful with these names, and honestly with the whole market right now. So currently I am short. I'm hoping that the Nikkei is right because it tends to have the game plan ahead of time. And then I guess the last thing I'll go over, kind of just frazzled right now because got to get going here. Market open is right around the corner. If you switch to the line chart, let's see, gotta move this year to date, and then add the other major indices. You'll see here that QQQ really could be pulled in a bit here, and I think it got a little ridiculous with the whole AI thing, which Palantir is in that camp because they just got the AI defense contract for $25 million. But as I was saying, I think it's a sell the news event. The SPY and the IWN Dow seem to be more reasonable for a year-to-date return. I started learning this stuff a few years after the great financial crisis, and I learned that you don't ignore the yield curve inversions, which are as we speak, inverting worse. They've been a great predictor of recessions with only a few false positives. I think maybe even only one. I'd have to check my notes, but there's just a lot here that you gotta be careful with. Might have rambled a bit, but yeah, short Palantir, but it should hold up better than the rest of the market because it as AI and defense going into a global macro environment that has a lot of iffy things, it could be a slight safe haven. But I think you can't ignore this head and shoulders, boom, 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 and you can't ignore the yield curve inversions. Those are, that's just a technical pattern that is usually a good trading guide, but the market mechanism of the yield curve and the 10-year now breaking out from consolidation, you got to really watch out for stocks. And look at that breakout. So that's pretty nuts. Anyways, caution to the wind, or whatever the saying is. Be careful with everything. I like gold, I like shorts, and I don't like the NASDAQ. I think AI was a fluke, and yep, everybody happy trading. Take care. Hopefully I wasn't too scatterbrained here.